Greetings everyone, today we have a night of death. The sky pitch is black, the night air is cold. I stand on the edge of the platform, several stories high enough fall might kill me. I'm low on health, out of healing items, armored with nothing but a wooden spear and a homemade bow. Before me is a bridge, and the other end of that bridge is a shuffling corpse. His clothes are torn, his flesh rotting, his face wrapped, where his skin has slouched off. He bellows when he spots me, lowers his head, charges, and a spark-raking ball swings down and smashes him into the bloody past, bits and pieces flying off into the night. Welcome to the Night of Death, the survival horror game released in early access on Steam back on 28th of August, that started making waves in online streaming community. Created by Jack Studios, this is a zombie-themed crafting heavy horror a la Dying Light Project or Project Zomboid. But instead of parkour or realism, the unique selling point is also a tower defense game. If suddenly you ever thought that getting through the monstrous component of daily life is too difficult, then it's time to play Night of the Dead. Here you have not just to try to survive, but to escape from the island, which is full of the walking dead. In this case, you can only use the sharpness of your mind, the ability to shoot and experience in the fight against zombies. In general, a curiosity examination of the game Night of Death almost immediately evokes associations with another similar game, 7 Ways to Die. And there is nothing changed on this, because Night of the Dead is also a game sharpened for survivor in a completely open world, where the emphasis is on the mechanics of crafting and destroying, walking in the most sophisticated ways. In addition, you can also play not only all alone, but also with friends. This is not a full clone. It's unlikely that developers Night of the Dead will ever be able to wash off the eternal debate on the topic of similarities with 7 Ways to Die. Because here even the gameplay is similar in places, especially the beginning, when the adventures begin with the fact that you have to control a lone survival. And he initially had one goal: to build, search the surrounding territories and roam the abandoned buildings in a search of the most valuable supplies. Differences can be noticed only after some time, approximately when in 5 in-game days you have passed, because here the zombies are asking for the guest every 5th night, and you have the ability to create such destructive structures that not only look like a medieval torture or siege facilities, but also that never existed in 7 Ways to Die. Moreover, in the game Night of Death there is even an opportunity to end all of this hell and escape. To do this, you need to explore the map and look for special magazines that contain clues for the long-awaited escape. No pumping, only hardcore. Night of the Dead also lacks a mechanic that requires everything to be collected and subsequently proceed. However, there is also no instruction that would make it clean with resources are to be proceed. And in general, a lot of here now, since the game is in early access, you have to learn through trial and error. On the other hand, the game immediately gives a choice between 2 gameplay options. You can either build a fortress in an attempt to survive, or try to escape from here, which is the ultimate goal of the game. Well, and most importantly, in the Night of the Dead there is no flagged pumping system. There are no such mechanics, experience per kill and level up. Instead, the developers introduce the mechanics of the best abilities, which can be obtained through research, work, or using a research table where you can unlock skills. Zombies are the best enemies of all time. Zombies, as expected, will be the main enemies in Night of the Dead throughout the passage, but they are not the same type. Many types of zombies here are divided into different subtypes, and you should always pay attention to this. What for? Because some of the more advanced versions of zombies differ in their attacks and ways of moving. Although they can not only easily kill, but in return for them you can get more valuable rewards. Of course, Night of the Dead has no other enemies like bears and wolves, but they are far from being dangerous. For example, hunger or traps in Night of the Dead are much more dangerous than wild animals. Of course, Night of the Dead has a truthful and beautiful environment, interesting exposition, different difficulty levels, far-reaching tasks, crafting, building, but all spoil the status of the early access. Objects here can easily disappear for a few seconds during the collection process. Body models often defy gravity, melee weapons can easily pass through the game, enemies, and much more. And that's not counting the optimization that forces the frame rate to drop back to the ground. At the same time, the game cannot be said to have advanced graphics, but the system requirements are too high, comparing to something. The new area zombie survival game Night of the Dead definitely has serious advantages when compared with the competitor. For example, the picture character, models and environment look much more better here. The game boasts an end goal, so doesn't require endless play. On the other hand, the crafting apart from the certain buildings is quite familiar, and also missing some elements like pumping. But if suddenly all these does not bother you in any way and you are ready to turn a blind eye to the extreme disgusting technical part, then Night of the Dead deserves an attention, since it's also extremely cheap judging to the current prices. So I will give all the links in the description, guys. Oh yeah, one more last point I should make. It's while I'm focused mostly on the single player experience of this game, there is a multiplayer mode. I didn't get to experience this and I was reluctant to jump into the multiplayer with strangers. Well, at least I found the single player more enjoyable. I suspect multiplayer with the friends completely without PvP is where this game will shine, keeping gameplay fresh and varied in the ways and eliminating the occasional loneliness of wandering the map. Not only could convince my friends to grab it in the Steam Autumn sale, and now I could convince my friends to grab it in a Steam right now. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Don't you guys forget to comment and subscribe. Peace!